Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're looking at the MTD Miniature Translator Droid. This particular one is nicknamed the MTD. Was assembled by Chewbacca and programmed by C-3PO. When Chewbacca learned that his nephew Lobacca was planning to attend Luke Skywalker's Jedi Praxium. Okay, um, so what we're looking at here is something that actually comes from the D20 universe. So the MTD was presented to Lobaka by his uncle Chewbacca when the young Wookiee arrived at the Jedi Praxium. Anyone who had spent a significant time with C3PO was struck by the uncanny resemblance of the MTD's personality to that of his programmer. MTD annoyed Lobaka and his friends to no end because of his tendency to embellish his translations of Lobaka's statements. He reasoned that his translations were more refined and would make Lobaka sound more civilized. Lobaka himself would cause MTD much distress by not affixing the little droid securely enough to his Syrian fiber belt and accidentally letting him fall. Um, on one of the first such occasions, the young Wookiee was ripping through the Yavin 4's jungle at a fast pace while trying to get word to the Praxium that Jacine and Jaina had been kidnapped by Quarrel, a TIE fighter pilot who had been living in the jungle since the Battle of Yavin. MTD had come to a soft landing without hitting the ground, but he was uh, claimed as a prize by the by a Willowmander. Fortunately for MTD, he was found by the wayward Tenel Ka, who then used his navigational capabilities to return to the Praxium and by extension returning him to his owner. Um, let's see, we have the Second Imperial Crisis. This goes into a lot of the expanded universe, which I believe was all going on during the time that Wizards of the Coast had actually acquired the licensing. So um, let's see here. So yes, this all comes through for the Young Jedi Knights, Heirs of the Force, the Shadow Academy, Lost Ones, all the way through Trouble in Cloud City. Um, we have sources here from the Essential Guide to Droids, C3PO, Tales of the Golden Droid, the official Star Wars Fact Files 974, 83, and so on. So it is a droid that's been used quite a bit, um, but to say it's just a standard droid that maybe could have been done somewhere else, which is where I was kind of taking it from, but apparently I'm a little confused. Okay, so when we look at the stats that we are provided here for the MTD Translator Droid, which oddly enough to me looks different in this picture of it than what was done in Wikipedia. Um, so this is a series for the translator droid, has a dexterity of 2, knowledge of 3D, languages of 5D, and planetary systems of 5D. Has a mechanical perception, strength, and technical of 1D, although it does have computer program repair of 2D plus 1. So if you do link it with something, it might be able to do some rudimentary figuring out what's going on with the computer or whatever. It does have a repulsor lift unit, which allows limited flight, vocabulator. The droid can replicate human speech, has a move of 10, which is our standard galactic humanoid travel rate. It is a tiny size, so when you're playing it in the D20 version, you do have to kind of keep in mind size category as well, and it does play a little bit more um, into it. Here, you know, it would be harder to hit, and weapons would do twice or an extra 2D damage here. Um, for the size. The cost is about 2,350 credits, so it's not a very expensive droid. Very helpful and useful in a lot of situations, but it is what it is. And again, it's another kind of mundane droid that we don't typically get to see. And like I said, now this comes from West End Games, taking it from, or not West End Games, from Wizards of the Coast. I'm sorry, and it's taken it from the novelizations and the like, but now it's making it more as a common droid. Not seeing that what 3PO and Chewbacca had made couldn't be very similar to this, but theirs is a little bit more unique, and it is then more of a named droid. But there we are. With that, thanks for visiting. It's always a pleasure having you stop by. Hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.